And then it turns out your dad gives you the opportunity to be on a submarine. You're a rich dad, and you go down there and you die. That's why it's good for kids to not be on a submarine.
We don't know that they died yet, right?
It is. Yeah, we haven't found it. They still could be down there.
Yeah.
And they don't have any bars on their phones.
They're
so they
living
can't
with the
tell us.
mer people.
Oh, is that how they make those? You just stay down there that long?
Well, so they have mermen and merwomen, and they live in Atlantis, of course, like duh. And if you go down farther enough, like sometimes they take you in, and they're like, yeah, you can't get back up. It's like too hard. So we're just gonna you're gonna live here.
I figure it would be a really arduous process. Like you would have to gradually breed human traits into fish. Like you would have to just fuck a fish.
That wouldn't work.
Probably a number of generations. You would have to
try.
fuck a fish until it starts growing like a woman's hair a little bit, and you're like, okay, so we gotta selectively breed this ones, and then eventually you get the full woman up top, and then you've got the fish on the bottom.
Here's the thing: is like when you're fucking that fish, and then the next fish like grows hair, and you're like, damn it, god damn it, I wish the bottom started.
Yeah.
The
fish up top and the bottom down below.
Yeah, but if it's purely for procreation, I guess, that's probably the better one for you.
Yeah, it would suck to spend 100 years trying to breed a fish to have a woman's torso, and then it turns out to be Ariel. And then she's like, I want to live on land. I want to have legs and live on land. It's like, what the fuck did I do this for? What did I do this for?
Why did I create these creatures then?
Why did I create this monstrosity?
I think what you'd have to do...
Why did I fuck all those fish?
You'd have to, start with something that's just, slightly closer to human. Like fish beaver, and then from beaver you go to, pig, and then from pig to monkey. You couldn't just do, human fish until you eventually got it right. You have to, smaller,
a mammal
progressive
would be better.
steps. Yeah.
Like a dolphin. A dolphin, I think that would be morally okay
smart.
as well, because they do it to us. Every time we go swimming, they do it to us. They're trying to make us into those. They're trying to make us into a top half of a dolphin and a bottom half of legs, so they can fuck our asses.
Fuck a human fish for a mermaid. You just start human dolphin. They've got the fin. It's basically a fit, and probably closer to a human. Yeah. We're onto something here.
They could have tits. They're somewhere in there, and if you selectively bred them, they could have tits.
I'm gonna Google this. Do dolphins?
Well, I guess so. Wouldn't that be what mermaids would be like? They're kind of their fins are based off of dolphins and sharks and whatnot. It's not real. Sort of like a fish.
They do give them scales, which I don't think they should have scales.
No. Well, but scales are cool.
They're kind of cool.
I love scales.
They're cool. They're shiny, which is cool. But
that's the thing. It's cool.
I feel like feeling scales would be really bad. I would rather touch a dolphin. That's why people they go swimming with the dolphins and they want to touch a dolphin, but they don't really want to touch a big fish with scales on it.
Well, it depends on how you touch it. Because if you kind of go with the scales, it's fine.
Yeah, have you ever pet a fish backwards and they get so pissed off?
You're not allowed to. You go to your friend's house and you pet all their fish backwards. Yeah,
you don't get invited over again because their parents are like, "Why are the cats pissed? Why are all the cats pissed?"
So I googled, "Do dolphins have tits?" And actually, when I was typing "Do dolphins have?" the fifth suggested result was nipples. So it isn't a absurd question.
No,
but
this is a science podcast.
They don't have external nipples, but they do have nipples that are enclosed within mammary slits. Upon stimulation of the calves, that's the baby dolphins nudging, the nipple is exposed, and the calf position itself, such as the nipple, is at the gape of the calf's jaw for feeding.
Wait a minute, a gaping mammary slit?
Yes.
Could that be the ultimate hole?
It's the ultimate hole fantasy.
The platonic ideal of a hole?
New hole just dropped.
The ultimate hole. Wow.
Yo, they made a tit into a hole.
And here's another thing about the ultimate mammary slit hole fantasy.
Okay.
They don't produce milk out of it, but instead a thick paste that's like milk.
Like a yogurt.
Or like an anchovy spread is how I'm thinking about it. Especially because they're under water.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, I was just sort of thinking like a thick paste. So kind of like, I don't know, that'd be cool. Like a nice Greek yogurt coming out there.
Huh. And then another
More protein.
suggested search here is, do dolphins have balls? And they do.
They have to.
Yeah, testicles are
Oh.
usually found on the outside of the body since the sperm dies at body temperature. Dolphins
interesting.
compensate for the extra heat that their testicles must endure by utilizing a special feature of their circulatory system.
That's interesting because like we're both mammals, right? And like their balls are featured on the outside of their body, where our balls are featured on the inside of our bodies. So it's interesting how we differ.
That's
Science
true. Well,
and
depending on the
nature,
temperature.
Wait, does that mean
Well,
that,
The thing
that
is, that's the
dolphins
thing,
have a nut
if
sack?
you go into the ocean, like how do they know that dolphins do have internal testicles? Because if we go into the ocean,
Well, they heat it up.
our balls are they're gonna shrink back.
True.
Well, okay, Alex. No, here's the thing: is
So what if you take a
SeaWorld.
dolphin out and put it in
This is what they do.
on
They,
the land
at
when
SeaWorld,
it's hot?
this is how they found out. They went to SeaWorld, they made a big hot tub, and they threw a dolphin in there, and its nuts just dropped right out.
that must have been so cool.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
They
This
didn't
is
talk about
actually
that
a
in that
biological event. Collecting dolphin breast milk. Okay. Can you buy that on the dark web like you can buy human breast milk?
I found some dolphin jokes if you want to hear one.
Oh, let's
I
hear
would
it.
love to hear one.
How does the dolphin alphabet go? A B C D E E E E E.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was in there somewhere.
Uh,
Look at me.
How did the
I just know all the things
all right?
about
Well,
dolphins.
riddle me this one. How did the octopus
Okay.
make the dolphin laugh?
He
Very
I can't-
tentacly.
With 10 tickles.
Hey!
Tickles. There it is. I was trying to think of a tickle, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was 9 short.
Dolphins were my favorite animal when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I never learned any of this stuff. Nobody taught me any of this stuff about dolphins. No one
Yeah,
ever told me
it's
that
bullshit.
they rape people. No one ever told me that they have a mammary slit. No one ever told them. No one ever told me that you could selectively breed them to be mermaids if you fuck them enough and select the right ones.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? That's because they're just lying to us, man. They're lying to us. They
There's
don't
so
want
much
us
shit
to
that
know
they lie
all
to
this
you about
fucking
animals.
this truth. You go in and like you go to the museum, you go to SeaWorld and the Natural Life Center, and like they just don't fucking reveal this information to you, and it's bullshit.
Imagine what they don't tell you about dinosaurs.
Yeah, that they were real.
Oh my! Are you
Yeah.
serious?
No,
Yeah.
they're planted by Satan to make you question the
No,
the
they
creation
were
story.
fucking real, dude, and they lived 7,000 years ago. And that's what's crazy. Like, okay, so because here's the thing: is when they're digging up these dinos, right? They're only digging them up from like a little below the dirt. If they were millions and 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 millions of years ago, they'd be like so closer to the Earth's core where the Earth started, right? And then as more dirt accumulated, the Earth got bigger.
No, it's too
expanded.
hot down there.
Oh wow!
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like that now it's hot. It wasn't hot.
I think if I was Satan and I wanted to fuck with people, instead of putting like a quarter of a T-Rex skull in the middle of a hole in like Ethiopia and waiting for someone to find it, I would just use the spawn command to put a bunch of T-Rexes on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be way scarier and it would make people trust God way less. Because like if Godzilla just spawned in the middle of New York City and started slaughtering people, I think Christians would probably question God. Like why didn't God warn us about this in the Bible, that there could be Godzilla?
Yeah, well, okay, here's the thing. If Satan spawns Satan doesn't have the power to spawn things, right?
He doesn't?
No, he doesn't, because otherwise, yeah, there would be a bunch of Godzillas running around. But luckily,
Well, what
we
about
have
demons?
God. Well, demons...
Can't he spawn demons?
If you spawn a demon, it's because you have a dark heart. You have an evil soul. That's the only reason a demon
Oh, wait,
would
you can
appear
create
before
one
you.
inside you?
Well, it's not that you create one inside you. You let the demon in.
Yeah,
Like,
there's an environment that invites the demon into your life.
Absolutely,
Usually if you're going through
absolutely.
trauma, so
uh-huh.
I think I would try
Usually
to capture
when
the
it's
demon
your
within a
fault.
dolphin.
I would capture it in a jar.
There probably are demons in dolphins, and that's why they do what they do.
Well, but they're certainly wrong for what they
Like
do.
if you're a
I'm
demon,
gonna
if
say
you're
that.
if you're like a rape demon from hell,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you're like, which body am I going to inhabit? Your choices are basically like a duck, but that's not really. That's just
it's
how
not really
it is for them.
daunting.
They don't really call that rape. It's just how it works. Or a dolphin or a human. But a human, they can send you to jail. they can send you to jail. And you can do it in jail, but you have fewer choices. But with a dolphin, they just have to keep letting you go back in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like, how often are you encountering humans as a dolphin?
I don't know. Enough to make it worth it.
I think, I am not one to believe the Hank of the Hill episode where they just brought
The Hank of the Hill.
Hank of the Hill.
I think
Hank of the Hill. That was the title of the best YouTube poop.
I think if you are that dolphin and if someone goes into that tank with you and the dolphin starts trying to get at you, I think they'll get that dolphin out of there. I trust in.
Or they'll get you out of there.
Yeah, well, they'll get you out of there, but nobody will be in with that dolphin anymore. That dolphin can't be trusted.
Or if you consent.
Well, that's okay. So here's an idea: is like they should brand the dolphins that are the rapists, which is like a big R, a scarlet R.
Yeah, like they did with the horse from Mr. Hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after
they put a brand on him because I don't want to buy that horse.
I mean,
I paid more for that horse.
It would. Some people would pay more for, but either way, I think you should. I think they should. It's like a Carfax.
Okay, here's the thing, though.
Like you get the Carfax, so it's like,
I don't
this
think
car
the
was
horse did anything wrong.
Yeah.
This car was in Hurricane Katrina and it was flooded. So maybe I don't want this car then if that happened.
This horse fucked a guy to death. Well,
yeah, this horse killed a guy and its penis was inside his asshole and it tore his internal organs and it was on YouTube, or maybe not YouTube. It was on Daily Motion.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want that horse.
You're looking for a Kentucky Derby horse.
Yeah, I want an upstanding, clean horse.
Well, no, I can't. This horse fucked the guy to death. We can't.
I want a normal horse.
And it's not the horse's fault.
Just for the record, my only problem is that it was a guy. Mm-hmm. That's my only issue with that horse, is that it was a guy.
Like Mexico.
Yeah, it should have been another horse, not a guy.
No, it should have been a woman.
We're gonna get. Isn't there like an actually about Mr. Hands and like that video isn't the actual guy that died?
Yeah, the video.
From the
guy didn't die in the video. I don't know if it was a different guy or if it was a different situation entirely.
Mr. Hands is the horse.
Jamie, can we pull up the video?
That is what happened. That is what it would have looked like.
He was an engineer for Boeing. I think he lived in Olympia, Washington, or something like that. Like
Boeing engineers.
Boeing,
yeah. Suspicious. Now I'm starting to think maybe you can't die from being fucked by a horse. It was
a lot of fucked up shit going on with Boeing. Oh my god! What if that's what happened? What if he was going to blow the water, blow it out of the water? All their bullshit they were doing, and then
they hired this horse.
They hired this horse to fuck him to death and tricked him into having a horse fetish. And then, no one ever found out about those planes with the malfunctioning stuff.
Tricked into having a horse fetish.
Yeah, they just.
Hey, dude, yeah, every day.
Maybe when he was a kid, they showed him a horse's penis over and over again, and
no, every day that'd do it for a month.
Maybe if they put him in a Skinner box.
A horse a day calendar.
They probably put him in a Skinner box and they hooked him up to an IV of some sort of dopamine producing drug, and then every time they showed a horse penis, they would inject him with it.
Nah, if I was gonna do that, I would do you get a hot, sexy lady, right? Mm-hmm. Like a picture of one, and you very progressively.
Wondering where you're going with this?
I don't know. You'd have to make it his homepage or something, or his desktop background, and you just change it every day to be fractionally more looking like a horse. This is similar to my breeding fish with beavers to make mermaids.
Oh, like an anamorph.
Yeah, like an anamorph, exactly. So you just anamorph, but instead of it being 5 guys on the cover of a book, it's 800 desktop backgrounds.
But I'll tell you what you do. If you want someone to be tricked into a horse fetish and to be assassinated by a horse by getting fucked in the asses, you find their friends, right? And when they hang out, you start slightly the friends are like, damn, did you guys see the Kentucky Derby? Oh yeah, those horses are pretty fucking sexy, they're pretty hot. And then you're you thought that too, right, Mr. Hands? And he's just yeah, guys, yeah, I like them too. I like horses too. And then you just kind of keep pushing. Yeah, you keep pushing, and then eventually hey man, they're oh dude, we're gonna go out to this farm, right? And there's this really fucking nice horse there, and he won't fuck you to death. You down?
I think you would have to do a lot of peer pressure.
My plan, I just realized, was probably a bit too heteronormative, because I assume if the plan is to kill him by getting fucked in the ass by the horse, he would have to be into ass play in the first place. So maybe it'd be better if it was a hot guy that's changing into the horse.
Yeah, see, that's how straight you are, dude. You just immediately think of a woman.
Yeah.
Turning
Yes, till I die.
That's how straight. I imagine it as a woman.
Yeah, I think they should have like reverse conversion therapy like that, where if you want to pay for your kid to have a horse fetish, like if you're mad that your kid is normal and you're like, I want to send him to a camp where they make him into some fucked up shit.
Hey, want to see something funny?
Because it's basically the same. I think it would work about as well as actual conversion
We've been
therapy.
talking about Mr. Heads this whole time.
So we should explain what's
Hey, just
happening
riding
for the
his bike.
listener, because so Chet has his Discord background of like a gun with duct tape on it or whatever, and he turned it off and said, "I want to see something funny," and it's his dad in the background riding an exercise bike.
Good on him.
Owned.
He's got his headphones in, I think.